Hello everybody, and welcome to a very surprising round 5 where we have absolutely treacherous conditions with just fog everywhere. As always, I am joined by WMDR Martin.
Greetings!
And today we're hoping for an exciting race around my home track, Silverstone. So
Man, Nismo, you mentioned we'd be seeing around 5 here. I can just see a white screen pretty much.
yeah, it's yeah, the conditions are very severe. Yeah, it's just stuff everywhere. We're just looking on the main straight, seeing all the drivers doing a lap. I think Pole taking provisional. As I think. Wait, are we? I think we might be glitched on the camera side.
What's going on?
I'm just watching the main straight right now.
Oh, okay. I just watched Ultimate K's have a spin in the first sector, so let me fix that for you. Oh, that is the safety car. Hold
We're
on.
watching the best car.
No question about it. The only car on track with headlights.
Okay. Yeah, here we have yeah, K's, I believe, letting Max through as they're coming down into Cop's Corner, I believe.
No, that would have been Roman, actually.
Oh, Roman, okay. I gotta keep track of all.
Yeah, it's tough to distinguish between teammates when it's so, I'm not going to say dark out, but definitely hard to see.
Yeah. We have an excuse now. We have an excuse. We're going to use all of this to our advantage now if we mess things up.
Spoken like a true driver.
Exactly. Yeah, what absolutely unbelievable qualifying is we have Max beating Fennec, beating Fennec now by an entire second. And Fennec taking Dudek by 3/10, I believe.
Yeah, and saving the car with a wonderful snap over there. I'm not sure how much time that's going to have cost him, but he definitely didn't seem to slow down any.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting race here, Fennec, because Fennec has surprised us multiple times, getting 4th, which is a correction from last race where I said he came 3rd in Monaco, but no, Fennec coming 4th in Monaco, and then I believe 2nd in last round, and he just surprised all of us. So if he can somehow get another podium position, this is going to be absolutely massive, and we might actually see him fighting for some top positions in the championship.
Yeah, Fennec being an absolute underdog this season, we're definitely seeing some outstanding performances from his side, and hopefully those will keep coming.
Yeah, exactly, but someone we do have to look out for is Roman, because he has been missing out a lot of. I think he's missed out 2 races so far, and he has been slowly climbing his way up the calendar. Sadly, Lewis again having to miss another race, which is really unfortunate on his side.
Wait, he's climbing his way up the calendar?
Not up the up the championship order. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Some nice Murrayisms there.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely trying to move his way up and get those extra points which he needs to gain on both Lewis and K's. I think K's definitely wanting to extend his lead this race. But looking at the, has K's had a lap? I'm looking at the I don't seem to see.
Now he's had a lap.
Oh, and they're taking 2nd as well.
Yeah, but still a whopping 1.7 seconds behind. I'm not sure if anybody's going to be challenging Roman tonight with Lewis being absent.
Yeah, definitely a shame that Lewis isn't here with us. But I do wonder if Jedlin potentially having a lock-up and just going straight off. Maybe that was just his outlap, as we see Dudek going a bit wide there. Look, can Dudek challenge Fennec at all, or maybe even get Jedlin as we go into the? Oh, that is a proper fast corner. You can just see the amount of downforce going through there.
I believe that's the first corner of the old layout. That was the high-speed cops corner, I believe.
Yeah, this is yeah, I would say this is a very interesting track because there's a lot of high speed areas. You know, there's almost like a straight before cops. You know, there's the main straight going down before I can't find the corners now. You know, the first main straight. Then you got the back straight, and then you got that massive straight going all the way down. However, all these corners are quite fast, so I don't know if that might play into the equation of maybe you might want more downforce, or maybe you want less downforce, considering all the different corners.
Yeah, it's definitely a question that's remaining to be answered, because some tracks, like for instance the Austrian one, like I'd say 3/4 of that track is probably straight, but then again, most people are using 20/20 downforce there. It seems to be that a lot of downforce on this car doesn't hamper its speed all that much.
Yeah, hopefully, because yeah, we can hope that people get the right setups, especially in these conditions where you can barely see the corner. I hope people have done a lot of practice because they're gonna have to get this track right set in this mind. I hope race conditions aren't the same, because imagine racing in these conditions, the person next to you won't be able to see him.
Yeah, we may well be seeing a tiny bit of contact on some of the opening laps if people try and take a few risks, but we're seeing some pretty significant gaps here between the drivers during this qualifying, and I'm wondering if that's because of the conditions, or if it's just like a massive difference in setup.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, maybe it coming that all down to track knowledge, considering that considering both the view, or maybe it is set up and people just not knowing how to put the power down. As we see Boj having a little bit of a drift there.
Yeah, Bosch putting a bit too much power down there.
Yeah, these conditions maybe a bit more cold as well than most conditions, especially since there is cloud out everywhere. And I don't know, is it winter conditions? I wonder. I'll get back to everyone on that, because if it is winter conditions, then wow, the track would be cold.
I mean, I'd imagine that would be quite nice for the tires, as they're not going to overheat in those conditions.
Yeah, it looks like it might be late winter, as this track is happening early spring is the layout, so maybe the track being a bit cold, and that coming into effect and affecting basically everyone's drive. Oh, Boj as well. Even though he had that little spin there, he did indeed get second and take that away from Fennec, which had also climbed himself up to third place.
Yeah, Fennec once again punching above his weight with that lap time. Really, really love to see it. And Boj seemingly being at a fairly similar distance from Roman as he was in the US, but we'll see if he has any opportunities with strategy today.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully Fennec, we can see Fennec getting another position in his nice blue and black car. As we're also seeing, I believe that is, that is Roman on our screen now. I was going to say Matt. I had to think extra hard there. But yeah, it's the fog. But
not quite improving on this lap, unfortunately.
I mean, he's still 0.8 ahead of Boj, which is just insane. It's like a whole year. Oh, maybe I believe that was Trouble having a bit of a moment there after this after the third corner. That potentially maybe ruining Roman's lap, as the count is still coming down.
Yeah, he's still pushing, so I think he might still believe in this lap, but he's running 44 liters at the moment.
44 liters. That's race fuel. Very interesting.
Oh boy.
Maybe enjoying the heavier car around here, especially since you're going to be wanting more tire.
Maybe he's just trying to go back to the good old days when F1 used to do qualifying with race fuel, depending on your strategy.
That'd be very interesting if that was actually like. If that was an actual thing, that would be awesome in this league, that you could have it preset, because then that would really, really, really very much change strategies up. But
Yeah, I mean, I really like seeing what they do with fuel in this league. Imagine what they'd do with it in F1 if they brought it back.
yeah, we can well, maybe talking about F1, we can get some maybe for next season, since we are moving to AMS and saying goodbye to Project Cars too. Sadly, we might be able to get maybe a Formula One league, and then who knows. We're on board with Daylau now, who's currently 13th, 3 tenths ahead of Laruti. I believe Laruti isn't his teammate. But 5 tenths ahead, no, behind Trouble. So he's going to be trying to gain every single last tenth, going for all these corners. I don't know if he's up on his time, which is a shame. I do love it when they show me the sectors, but he's coming out of Maggots and Beckett's and approaching Stowe at rapid speed through this absolute fog.
Yeah, not that we can see it.
We can certainly hear it. These do have really nice engines from the Megane V6 as well, which is a interesting fact. Oh, he's proper balls through there. Had a little bit of a stutter there. I'm gonna regret that later as we come through Club Corner. And does he get quicker? No, he's 7 seconds. Maybe this was his outlap.
Yeah, he's definitely pushing quite hard for the outlap. I wonder if the tires might need some warming up after all.
Yeah, maybe staying out longer as maybe Roman with his race fuel. Oh, Daylau is not gonna like that one bit. Getting a bit on the grass there. Oh, and cutting that and taking out that poor little pylon or whatever.
Yeah, that little bollard will not be seeing its family again.
As he's 5 tenths.
I'm predicting a pretty tight battle between P3 through 5 for this race, because they're all within a couple tenths of each other up at the front.
Let's quickly cut to them then. With Ultimate K is taking that away from Fennec. But can Fennec respond, or can K's gain on his teammate Boge ahead? There's no doubt that Roman will probably get P1 in all of this. But I do wonder as we see a Jaguar off the side of the road.
Yeah, quality's over for them because these are the final laps.
So here we have Ultimate K's. Will he be able to keep Fennec at bay? As he's absolutely chucking it, having a bit of lift going through Cops. Now coming into Maggots, then Beckett's, and
another corner.
Yeah, and then Beckett. It's called Beckett's Free on what I'm reading. Didn't know that was a thing, but yeah, coming down now the main straight, reaching some really top speeds of 173. Coming into Stowe, he's proper chucking it round. You know, I think this might be an improvement. I can't see the time now, but I just have a feeling that it might be improved coming into the final chicane. Coming to Club Corner, does he improve? Oh, a tank slapper. Oh, and a real
curb kills him.
So that is probably race, not race over, quality over for him. I wonder, can Fennec improve it? No, Fennec's pit as well. Now we're looking at Mats now, one of the only other drivers except for Roman, which is now 100% first place, unless Mats can pull something out of nowhere. I wonder, can Mats, he's hard braking into this zone, he releases a bit, it looks like he's a bit wide, a bit sideways as well. All on the power going down there, trying to make as little tyre spin. Does he get? I don't know.
No, I don't think he made it. I think he went a little too deep there.
Unfortunate for Mats there, 2 tenths off him, but we have our in first we have Roman by 8 tenths, so he'll definitely be wanting to speed off in the race.
Yeah, he's getting most of that in the second sector, it seems.
And Boge having no answer, as he is about 10 tenths away.
What's shocking me as well is we're seeing Dudek from the Winged Hussars team down in P8.
P8? Maybe not having the optimal setup, and maybe it's more race race setup. I couldn't find my words there. But that is unfortunate for the wing SR driver not having his teammate there. Do love the fact that the safety car is still lined up on the grid though. Does make me laugh a little bit.
Yeah, actually, let's go ahead and take a look to see if he's got his wipers on or not.
Oh, does he have his wipers on? He doesn't.
He does not. Oh, I'm severely disappointed.
We'll never recover from this. Whenever.
Eisencheck, if you are listening, you're a very naughty boy.
Well, I'm hoping he will change that for the good. I still can't see those. I still can't see him. But yeah, this was a very interesting qualifying, considering that Rome is 8 attempts away from Boj, which is lined up next to him. I wonder though, because if Boj gets a good start, Boj is on the inside for the first corner. So I wonder, can he make a move? Will Boj be able to make a move going into it? So
I think that'll be his best chance, because if Roman pulls away, it might just plan out the same way as last race, and you never know, if the dirty air is bad around here, he could keep him behind.
Very much, yeah. Boj and Roman, we've seen them well, not tangle, but definitely almost battle between each other as all the cars are now getting ready, and we see the sinking symbol. It's 1 light, it's 2 lights, it's 3. And they're off. Oh, dude, they're getting an amazing start. I don't know if that's a drive-through, but that is an amazing start. If it's not, I don't see a penalty. But it looks like, yeah, Roman cutting off, but, oh, going too wide and getting shoved off the track, Xevious. Oh, and they've tangled. And that is a massive, that is
going to be a safety car.
The safety car is out. The safety car has to be out from that. Yeah, that is safety car conditions, and oh my, what a start. That was very, very much nudging and pushing between both the GZR and the and the Wings Hussar. That's it. Got there eventually, but that was quite a bad incident. Multiple people getting hit by that car.
Yeah, I think Laruti was involved, as well as Xevious and maybe Eddie.
Yeah.
Dudek having lost positions down in P10 as well. Yeah, they're not going to love this, but the fact that a safety car was called does mean that their race is not over this time.
Yeah, he got such an amazing start though, but doesn't look like there's too much damage for Dudek. But I definitely think, since it is first lap and it is safety car, that is 100% going to be investigated whether someone brings a ticket up or not.
Oh, absolutely, and yeah, it's just unfortunate after having such a good start. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Just think about Fernando Alonso at Singapore 2017, and that dog-awful McLaren Honda had an amazing start and gets taken out in turn 1.
Yeah, very unfortunate for both. Yeah, for all cars involved, but a really good start for Mats and Kaku. Oh,
as the safety car is rolling backwards on the grid.
Maybe waiting for all the drivers. This is quite a fun sight. Yeah.
He's slowly gravitating towards the grid.
It'd be really scary if the car just started coming towards the camera, just slowly, and it'd be like a horror movie. But Eisenchank, yeah, with the flashing lights, definitely couldn't fly in front of the pack to stop them. That had just been dangerous. So waiting up for Roman, the leader, unless he's gonna go for some amazing strategy and decide to pit.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting fuel loads for each driver. We've got Roman on 48 at the front. Boj, as per usual, on much more fuel. His teammate seems to be on the same strategy as well.
Matt's teammate possibly trying to copy or maybe go 1 lap longer than Roman. We also have Kaku, which is copying it. Right now it seems like the 82 or the 83 litre start has been the most favourable.
100 on this one.
Oh, if I had to say something, I would say that might be to the end, unless these cars do consume as much fuel as they do.
I mean, it might work for a one-stop.
Also, hello, Fennec. I have been seeing it. I have been seeing it. Don't worry. Don't. But you should be driving Fennec, unless you're out. Is Fennec out? Please don't tell me Fennec's out.
I think we still have all drivers. Let me just look for a Fennec in here. Oh no.
No, no, Fennec. No.
Oh,
No.
that is just.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for safety car, in that case, I will do what the man says and drag him in here. If I can.
Yeah, let's get an explanation, as we have a lot of people in the pits right now. That's at least 5 cars.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was quite a massive incident, so we will be
And really
expecting
piss
a lot.
poor camera for the pit lane as well. We cannot see anything in there.
Okay, so let us drag Fennec in while we're waiting for all these cars as they gain on the safety car.
Finally.
Hello, Fennec. Sorry, I was in the middle of talking.
I sent a Discord message and everything.
I was.
Fennec, what happened?
My game crashed whilst in the loading screen, so I wasn't able to start the race.
Oh my gosh.
That is, oh my, and you qualified so well as well.
Yeah, I actually had the fastest first sector of anyone, so I think I nailed it on that lap.
That is, oh my,
You nailed the game, and then the game nailed you.
Yes, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there with the safety car though, but we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah,
I think someone either lost it on the rear or just got tapped into a spin, and the drivers behind were not able to avoid that, unfortunately. So that led to quite a few visits to the pit lane.
Maybe someone left DRS on during the first corner.
That is a possibility, because yeah, running DRS in a corner, if you don't hit the brakes and you just coast through it, it can be pretty dangerous.
this is
Yeah, generally I found you could keep full throttle, but you had to keep the DRS on during the corner. Otherwise, it would definitely slide on you.
it's quite a big incident actually. With I believe 5 cars involved. I think you said that. Yeah, 5 cars are involved, and a lot of them more of the just outside the top 5. But Dudek involved with one of them between contact with Xevious and himself. So he's now towards the back of the grid. But yeah, it was quite a huge one. I was, no one would expect that going into it. It felt like 2022 Silverstone almost. You scared someone gonna flip on their on top of their thing as soon as you saw the contact. But yeah, what a start to the race. Hopefully not too many bruised egos in the process. And I wonder, will we be seeing Dudek somehow climb his way all the way back up?
I think we may be seeing some extra aggressive driving to get back to the front of the field to make up for the time lost here, because these drivers know that they still have a chance, as the safety car was finally called, because in the previous few races we've had quite a few people crashing either on their own or with just 2 cars, not enough to call out the safety car, and their race is almost over at that point. And that is not the case today.
Yeah, which would be very very unfortunate for them. Like, yeah, in Monaco, if an incident like this happened, oh my, entire grid would have been affected. But luckily, we're on a more open circuit, but definitely a bigger incident than most.
As we're seeing the safety car warming up its tires.
As he now leaves the pack, so I do believe safety car is in this lap, and Roman will be leading the grid. I'm just going to quickly cut to a break so that I can grab my my stream stuff up. Okay, let's head back to that. There we go. Yeah,
now, a little prediction from you. Do you think that will be the last we see of the safety car today?
I hope not, because he's got to make up for the last 2 races where incidents had happened, but no safety car came out.
Nismo wants chaos. You heard it here, folks.
I need it. It's a necessity, a bare necessity.
Good thing the safety of all the drivers involved is guaranteed, as this is but just a game.
Yeah, we have Roman now leading the group.
I think we're most likely to see a safety car on this restart. Once people spread out, it might be.
Dudek's in the pits again.
Dudek in the pits?
So he is.
I think he may have had an incident during that safety car lap.
We have Roman leading off as it goes Roman, Boj, Kays, Mats, Niederlap in 5th as well. Amazing. Oh! Contact between Trouble and, that looked like, I don't know who that was, but definitely 2 cars involved
Safety
there.
car. Is it?
No, no, maybe. Hold on, there was more
there's still a lot
contact.
of racing going on here. They're still going at it.
Just slow moving. Although I'm not sure there was contact between Trouble and whoever the other car was.
Maybe getting loose
It
on...
seems like they were too far apart for that. They just both seem to have moments.
maybe getting a bit squirrely coming into the exit. I mean, that is how the first incident had started as we watch. Oh, too fast trying to go
down
around
the inside and making the move stick.
I can't see it. Oh wait, I'm watching too fast. But
The camera plugging out.
I'm now looking at Paul. Nice. Yeah, Paul.
I think Nismo didn't realise who the car making the move was because he made it on too fast.
Oh, I think we've had a spin.
We
Oh,
do seem to have had a spin. I see someone on the inside.
No, that's Dudek.
Unless
Where
they
is
seem to have
Trouble?
caught it.
Maybe double.
They're further down the track. Yeah, it seems
I
like it's
think it
double.
may have been double and he recovered.
A really good recovery then if that was double and he didn't spin completely off the track. Here we have Mats within a second of Kays, and this may become a three-way battle. Those second and third, both teammates, definitely not wanting to fight as much, but Mats will definitely be on the charge to try and gain on them.
As at the back of the pack, we have the drivers that were involved in that earlier incident, definitely making their way back up the grid.
Yeah, as Xevious probably wanting to get way higher than the top 10 since his last few races have been really good points-wise for both himself and his team. So maybe he could move up as we see his teammate Eddie. Looks like he might be able to get a move. Can he get enough slipstream to make it? He's very far back. Maybe Eddie, maybe Daylight having a bit less downforce.
Yeah, Dale having a lot of top speed there. That'll be good on the straights.
Eddie's definitely going to be wanting to gain through the corners, as he is going through the corners. Maybe going a bit wide there, but it looks like Daylight also gaining his on his teammate up ahead, and they will be battling for 5th and 6th, which is Eddie going
understeering there.
that is unfortunate. Sadly, going to be losing time on Daylight ahead.
Yeah, that may well be a choice to put some stability in the car because
Daylight going deep though, and can Eddie make anything of it? No. Is he? Oh my god! Daylight's car is just a rocket. As soon as it gets any traction out of the corner, it just shoots off.
Yeah, and the thing is too, I think Eddie may be struggling a bit in the corners here with that understeer he has, because ideally if you're in dirty air, you want your car to be a bit more pointy, but that also increases the risk for spinning.
Yeah, very much. Once again gaining on Daylight through the corner, but still can't make anything of it because of that top speed from the cars. We watch a almost four-way battle, as Xevious might get into that as well. So we see the nice racing point of Jedlin. Can he make any sort of move on Laruti? Not Larute, Laruti. And behind him, funnily enough, it is Cuckoo. Got that one right as well.
No, you didn't.
Did I not? See, Fennec, this is what...
Cuckoo, not Cuckoo.
Yeah, Cuckoo. That's what I said.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Oh my god, I messed it up even... Okay.
I said not Cuckoo.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to learn a grammar lesson here. But first...
Jetman just made an overtake, guys.
Oh, that was a really good overtake, actually. Damn it, I should have added the replay. I was having a look at it. But that was a really good move by Jedlin in the racing point on Laruti. He's definitely going to be wanting to charge to gain on Daylau now. Daylau, yeah. But Xevious all the way back on... Oh,
2 cars going wide there.
Cuckoo.
Track limits, who needs those?
No, but Xevious getting a better exit. I believe going wide there does actually affect your exit speed going through. Can Xevious make anything of it? He's not as close. Maybe getting a bit more tire spinning.
It depends. I think the worst exit was caused by the curb, because if you go on the curb, it's very hard to get a good exit. If you go all the way over, then you can keep your speed without too much issue. But you want to minimize your time whilst on the curb if you're going to go wide.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is why we disconnect drivers from the race to get a nice little insight into how these cars work. You didn't hear anything, Fennec. As Xevious goes for a move into turn 1.
Oh, boy, he's gone
Very
really
wide
deep there. Cuckoo gonna be damn it, I said it again. Cuckoo trying to get a switchback. Now is the inside for the corner. But Xevious, I don't know if he's finished the move off. Once again, another switchback. Can she make the move? She's got him. Oh my, what absolutely amazing defending from Cuckoo. Oh no, it's Cuckoo. Is it Cuckoo? Okay, never mind. As Xevious goes down the inside, can a switchback happen again? No, he defends it off. Oh, but there's a spin ahead, and they're too wide. Xevious shutting the door. As both drivers move up to another position, but Xevious moving up 2 out of all of that. They're now going to be wanting to go on the charge and gain on this small pack.
Because we have Too Fast in the pits, presumably for damage.
Very unfortunate on his. Already going a bit deep. I believe Jedlin is right behind him, as you can see him in the bottom right mirror. Can Jedlin go for a move? He's right next to him. The door's been left open. Oh, Eddie trying to go all the way around the outside, but...
Will he hold it?
Oh, they're too wide coming into the chicane. Who is going to go get more advantage? Will Eddie try to go deep? No. Jedlin going all the way around the outside, making it look like a piece of cake.
Nice, clean battle there. We really, really love to see those, but I don't think Eddie's given up just yet.
Oh, and there's contact as well. Only 2 cars involved. In a way, I'm kind of upset about that.
And Eddie going straight into the back of him. He had no chance to avoid that. Now he's completely lost his wing.
Yeah, Eddie definitely going to be kicking himself there. That was just a really unfortunate racing incident. I don't think anyone was at fault there, but that was really...
now in the pits. Is that another car without a front wing? I can't quite tell.
I believe so. Yeah, I don't see a front wing.
It looks like it. I don't see one either. And considering it's 6 laps in, I think this is too early for a normal stop for tyres and fuel.
Yeah, he's got 69 liters, so it's definitely not for fuel.
As we're now hopping on board with Matt, which is still within 7/10 of K's, maybe the 30, keeping him at bay from getting any closer as we watch that Dudek making a move on Jedlin. Maybe Jedlin not having the amount of same damage that Eddie.
Don't always see a move there though. That was a nice one.
Yeah, very nice as Jedlin going a bit wide and Dudek just absolutely launching off. I think we're going to have to be watching for Dudek since he is one of the quicker drivers but was involved in that first incident and having to pit twice in the safety car, which is very weird as Mats gets a bit of oversteer.
Yeah, he's a little closer to K's now though. I think K's might be struggling a bit.
Or maybe Matt's keeping his tyres a bit better. Maybe trying to go longer, but remember...
oh, we've lost another driver.
Another driver?
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the same person, but we have lost Double. I've noticed.
Yes, I think Double's the one that we've lost now. And wait, didn't...
Yes, we have lost Double.
It was Eddie that lost their front wing, and they are now in the pits, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Eddie...
I believe Double was the one who span out of Cox, and he might have had a collision with the wall at some point after that.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate to see so many drivers losing their front wings here, because the walls are relatively further away compared to some of the other tracks on the calendar. As Jedlin has a nice save there, and I think that's Dale making a mistake in front of him.
Oh, and Dudek going all the way around the outside. Absolutely textbook move, but this is going to be a very interesting move. Hopefully we don't see any Lewis Hamiltons as Jedlin moves to the right, but then ducks
in behind. He's probably going to get a lot of dirty air and probably go, yeah, a bit wide. Well, everyone going a bit wide there.
Speaking of which, it's interesting. I don't know what downforce other drivers are using, but it seems like anything from maybe 12 to 20 might be used. There didn't seem to be a massive difference as long as you're on high-ish downforce.
I mean, maybe people wanting to opt for maybe the higher downforce.
As Jedlin goes for a dive down the inside, making it too wide into this corner. Does Daylau keep it around the outside? For now he does, but there's still the chicane coming up.
Does he go for a dive? No, he stays behind. But I definitely think that Jedlin is going to be wanting to make a move. Oh, I thought he was going to poke his nose and there might have been and there might be contact, but there was none. As Jedlin staying patiently behind Daylau, definitely trying to set up a move for himself. As Daylau, it looks like Daylau defending, but coming across to close that door from any chance of Jedlin trying to go out around the outside. Oh, Jedlin stuck on the curb. That is unfortunate. He's going to be wanting to gain all that time since I think he's lost almost half a second on him.
Oh no, we've just lost another driver.
So we go from 15 drivers now down to 14. That is really, really unfortunate for those souls who have.
Is that Exevius that we've lost?
It looks to be Exevius, yes.
Oh no! That is.
Yeah, their team is not having a good night this race, unfortunately. But yeah, you mentioned earlier, Nismo, that Dudek may have a penalty. Let's go check that out because I believe he does. And yeah, it's a 10-second time penalty, so I think he may have gotten that in the pits.
Yeah, because he got a really good start. I honestly thought he jumped it to the point. But I think, yeah, going through the into the pits, going twice in, maybe the urgency of wanting to go through, he definitely must have sped, because I think there's only one real way to get a time penalty in this game, especially when rules were off. But that is unfortunate for him. He's going to be wanting to absolutely climb and climb, as we see him trying to go for a move on Cuckoo. Nope, that didn't sound right. I said it correctly.
Yeah.
I said it correctly, and it didn't feel unbelievable. This
Just doesn't feel right to say.
It doesn't feel right to say it. Always, dude, they're trying to go around the outside. I don't know if there's
out why you can't say it correctly then.
It just doesn't.
Simply doesn't feel right.
Anyway,
coming with the switchback,
but
seems like Cuckoo's got a very good exit there.
Oh yeah.
We'll see who's got more straight line speed.
I think Dudek may have been struggling for traction there, because otherwise he would have had that move done and dusted.
Oh, Dudek pulling to the left to try take Cuckoo. Does he go deep? But he defends. But Cuckoo's. That's it. Cuckoo's. Nope, that's not right.
They're not giving it up just yet. They still have the inside line.
Who is going to have the better exit? I'd expect Dudek to have the better exit as he goes across Cuckoo and completes the move. But they are absolutely gearbox to gearbox as well as that. Daylau is gaining on Cuckoo. I'm really going to hate myself after this. I'm trying to say it correctly, but yeah, Daylau gaining as well, maybe due to their fighting. But Daylau's definitely going to want a piece of action. Oh, as well as that, I think I saw Jedlin as well gaining in the back. Oh, Matt's now on Ultimate K's. He's been normally in the 7th temp, but I believe he's getting 2 temps. Possibly Ultimate K's making the smallest of mistakes.
Yeah, and Case has got quite a bit more fuel as well, so Matt should have the pace on him.
Yeah, as you said, maybe that tyre wear coming into effect as well with the more fuel load, maybe heavier on the tyres.
Also, seeing that Dudek is one of the last drivers towards the upper end of the field to have pitted, does he have more fuel than some of the front runners? No, he doesn't.
Ooh.
So he's, yeah, I'm not sure what he's planning when it comes to strategy, but I think he may be set for a P5 this race.
How much fuel does he have?
He's got about 40 liters.
So yeah, definitely going to be pitting when the leaders are going to be pitting as well, maybe before.
I think that looks like ideally a one-stop then for them.
I mean, the one-stop definitely showing wonders as shown in recent races. But Roman having massive pace. I mean, so far actually, Boj is within the pit window, I do believe. So if Roman were to box right now, Boj would be ahead and by a decent amount as well. Because I think a pit stop maybe takes 24, 25, maybe 30 seconds. I think that's an average, I would say. But yeah, definitely going to be wanting to try gain as much time since Boj starting on double the amount of fuel that Roman was.
Did Ultimate K's make a mistake? He seems to be very far behind.
Oh,
Matt
yes.
He's lost P3.
It's got to be a mistake. He's 9 seconds behind Mats. That is, nice spot there, Fennec. We're definitely, I'm definitely gonna have to look through the replay and see what's happened there. As we see, Dudek gaining rapidly on neither lap. But there's one thing gaining and another thing overtaking. But Dudek definitely being, as shown, more of the skilled drivers as neither lap goes a bit wide, defending from Dudek. But Dudek just takes the inside, which then comes and just completely takes him actually before the next corner.
Yeah, as we now have Paul who's in the pits. He seems to have plenty of fuel, so I'm not sure if that's for tires or damage.
Yeah, hopefully for fuel, as so far all the pit stops we have seen have been for damage. I think that is for fuel since Roman coming in for the pit stop. Boj is going to be absolutely smiling from that. I wonder how long this pit stop is going to take him. I'm going to get my stopwatch out actually to see how long it is, because this will give me a good estimate of...
It should be around 50 seconds.
As we come in, definitely going to be fueling up, no doubt about that.
And Mats is in as well, his teammate.
Going for the doubles, well, different pit crew, but technically a double stack there as he puts in 56. So I think that is not to the end, that is going for another pit stop. And he leaves the pits.
In P2, yeah.
So that is a...
Of course, Matt's pitted as well.
That is
so
around
he's
a
not
40
been
second pit
overtaken
stop.
by Matt. It seems like both of the teammates are going for a two-stop here then.
Yeah,
I knew
Matt
some
has a
people
bit
were
more
talking
fuel,
about
though.
high tyre wear at this track, but it's interesting to see. Especially because in these cars, the refueling can happen at the same time as the tyre swap.
Ooh, Dayla having contact, it looks like, with
no.
Jedlin, and just having Jedlin just being spun out. Unfortunate as we cut to them. Doesn't look like too much damage. But
the back end of Jedlin's car seems to be made of steel, because I think that's the second time he's been hit up the rear, and he's still going at a pretty decent pace.
I think that Dayla giving him the position, knowing that he did cause that, which was very nice and shows the good sportsmanship as we see Laruti, I believe, leaving the pit lane. This pit lane has always been a bit sketchy in my opinion. It's so bumpy when coming out of it, and the incline really doesn't help with that either.
Yeah, and I believe Laruti came out of the pits with over 100 liters, so I don't think they'll be stopping anymore.
He might be stopping, but not for fuel. That's...
Don't jinx it, Fennec.
I'm watching. Oh my! I'm so interested in that little bullard that was just, he was carrying it all the way around the track with him. As we're watching now, someone's gonna make a compilation of me just messing up this name, Cuckoo.
That'll be a very long video.
Yeah, thanks. As I don't know if they are gaining on lead lap. Definitely not down the straight.
Just set a PB though.
Oh, so maybe having more of the pace and bringing it out towards these last sectors. Actually, it looks like they might have pitted already, as they do have 52 litres. And do seem to actually be gaining quite rapidly on neither lap, as just through that first corner, it looks like gaining about a tenth or two. So, Kaku definitely on the charge. Barely best than their PB, but still showing their true pace. Coming through these next corners, as a lot of people boxing. I say a lot, two people both Looks like Jedlin and Daylau boxing both at the same time.
Let's see who comes out first.
Oh, who's going to put less fuel? Who's going to have less repairs? It looks like Jedlin does. And Jedlin is let out quite a bit more early.
Yeah, 51
And,
liters for him and 62 for Daylau.
as we see, yeah, gaining
interesting.
still.
Potentially Daylau might have had damage there. If it was those two in the collision, right?
Yes, yeah,
the
it
first
was
corner. I
Jedlin.
believe the front wing is a lot softer than the back of the car, so potentially he got more damage. And in these cars, because you can fuel at the same time as swapping tyres, if they were swapping tyres as well, then there would be almost no difference in pit stop time with refueling.
Yeah, we actually
Because
saw
you can
that as
do
well
about
when,
80 litres of fuel in the time that it takes to change the tyres.
Yeah, we actually saw that as well when Eddie ran into the back of Jedlin when Jedlin started spinning right in front of him, and Eddie was the one who had to pit with wing damage, whilst Jedlin was just able to continue on.
As we see,
That's middle lap in the pits now.
yeah, is that a scheduled pit stop? Ooh, I don't know. His car looks fine, but he does have 53 litres worth. So that is quite an interesting move by the I can't speak by Need the Lap. I'm just gonna bring up the teams again, but yeah, any battles on track, or is it just so far looking almost like quali, except for without the fog, of course? Because that is actually something. Fennec, how bad was the fog? Because we were seeing a lot of different times and a lot of different people high up. How bad truly was it?
It made some corners tricky. Some weren't affected all that badly. So it depended, and especially because in the fog the temperature of the track was lower, so I think there was also an element of people having less grip and some people being able to adapt to that better than others.
I mean, definitely, yeah. Normally you qualifying outside the trouble having a little bit of a spin there, but normally we see you qualifying towards the top 10, and when we saw you, I believe, in the top 5 actually.
I think normally I would qualify maybe P7, P8, but with Lewis and Asash and Kira gone, it made it a lot easier, so I think I could have easily gotten P5 on pace, or P6. But I know this is one of my better tracks, so being ahead of Xevious and Mats, although a little surprising, other than that, I was about where I expected to be. So I think it depends as well on how much people like the track, because I do think some people prefer it over others.
Yeah, very much. Just to say,
And one thing I should mention, Martin, I noticed during qualifying you mentioned about people warming up their tyres.
Yes.
Because of the fog and the lower temperatures, people did actually have to warm up the tyres a little bit to get them up to temperature before they're flying lap.
So it was only on the outlap they had to heat them up.
Yes. I had most of the time 3 of the tyres were up to temperature, and the front right was not quite, but after the first couple of corners it would be, so. And that is with weaving and heating up the tyres more.
Interesting. Is that the first time this season that you've had to do that?
Normally it's been slightly easier to get them up to temperature, so you don't have to do it as much, but there have been some that we've had to heat the tyres up slightly with some weaving.
it's almost like last because I remember, was it, yeah, the GT3 League where, oh my god.
Eddie's going for a dive bomb.
Oh, that is a, wow.
That's a nice move. Well done on the brakes.
Bit of spinning of wheels coming out of that 4th corner, but oh my god, that was a dive and a bit. That was an amazing move. Proper confidence and fully committing through the corner.
Yeah, and plenty of space given by Paul as well, so hats off to both of them.
Yeah, no doubt. about that. Paul probably just wanting to take charge and probably not want anyone to gain onto the back of him, so knowing Eddie maybe being a bit quicker and maybe giving him a bit more space so that he can get through and maybe try to trail. But now watching Jedlin, who is 1 second behind the Ruti.
As the leaders in the pits.
Yes.
This might be a little early for a scheduled stop. He's still got 22 liters left. I wonder if his tires are shot.
They might well be.
I mean,
Almost approaching halfway through the race.
Yeah, I do believe I saw Roman catching up to him by at least 4 seconds in the last few minutes that we've been talking, so.
yeah, Roman on the
K's are coming in as well.
I think this must be just for tires then. Especially with the, based off how long it took to do that stop, it doesn't seem like there was any damage on the car.
Yeah, he's fueled up with 76 liters now. Let's see how much his teammate decides to spit in. Oh, we've unfortunately missed the Jedlin overtake.
But we have seen Jedlin definitely overtaking.
K's put in 1 liter more than his teammate, I believe.
It's definitely going for the same strategy.
Do you mean he's on 1 litre more, or how much did he come in with, do you think?
I'm
22?
really not sure. I think they may have been 5 or 6 liters apart when they started the race.
Okay.
Yeah, 22.
Ooh, he's actually come out right ahead of Dudek.
Oh, whether Dudek is going to want to try and fight this, because by looking at this, his fuel load, they both are on different strategies. And
I'm not sure that Dudek will be able to. I wouldn't be surprised if he came in at the end of this lap or the lap afterwards.
Yeah, he's on low fuel and K's on fresh rubber, may well pull away.
Dudek normally goes for a 1-stop, so based on the fact that K's has already made his pit stop, he will have much newer tyres.
Yeah, maybe expecting to see Dudek drop, voice break there. Dudek drop back, not only because of his penalty, but also because of the fact that, yeah, he does have to make a his 3rd pit stop, actually, I believe, of the race, which is unfortunate for him. But really good that he's made it all the way to 5th, but unfortunate that he is going to have to pit again and lose all of that time and lose about 40 seconds. So
yeah, and the whole field spread out a little bit too, so it's highly unlikely that we get another safety car to bunch them back up again as he actually enters the pits now.
hopefully not overdoing it coming in, as yes, being a bit more cautious now, not wanting to get another penalty. So let's have a look at the lap times. So we have Boj let's start with actually first place. Roman with his last lap being a 1:41, and Boj I think on his out lap with a 2:08, but their fastest lap's about a second and a half different. So that might due to be because of different strategy. But Matt's on the same strategy as Roman, just posting last lap, his fastest lap, but it is still a second and a half from Boj as well when it comes to the fastest lap.
I've just taken a look at some of the lap times as well, and Dudek's fastest lap is actually slower than that of, I believe it was...
Jedlin.
Oh, actually, I was looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. But yeah, Jedlin does seem to have a slightly more pace as it stands. It's yeah, it's interesting because Dudek's managed to mow his way through the field, but his pace seems to be a little bit off of his usual competitors up front.
With his late pit stop, he might be saving tyres quite hard. Because a lot of the high-speed corners are right-handers, so that tyre gets eaten up quite a lot.
Something that I have noticed as well is I believe we have lost another person, possibly.
Yes, too fast.
Too fast. Oh,
I
no.
noticed it whilst you were looking at the timings.
Yeah, actually, I think that might have been the driver I was looking at. Didn't he have a 43?
Possibly, yeah. maybe getting some critical damage, or in a more scarier incident, a scarier way, losing connection. So hopefully it wasn't to either of those, and maybe it was just a fault, but unlucky on his part to be getting that sort of bad agreement with the game, I guess. As we see,
making their first
as we see
stop.
Cuckoo pitting. How much? 97 litres. If this ain't going all the way, I don't know what is. That is very much a lot more than what any leaders have, and I believe both Bode and Kays are going, and they only have about 70 litres. So Cuckoo definitely making sure that they don't underfuel the car and make it all the way to the end from this stint. So hopefully we don't see them pitting anymore for whether it's damage or maybe tyres or suspension. But
And we were actually wondering if Roman was going to be on a different strategy to these to his competitors, and he's currently on 23 liters, so he will have to pit again.
oh, that'll make it interesting, very close towards the end of the race, because Bode is in that the 25-second window. So I do believe Bode will come out around 10 seconds ahead of Roman in the current state. So Roman is definitely going to be wanting to get past all these back markers and try and make the biggest gap from Bode as possible. It looks like Bode is definitely keeping him at bay from timings, but he is actually edging a bit more. Roman not going to be liking this back marker. That's probably going to be giving him dirty air. But a bit of slipstream going down the straight. Is the back marker going to let him by? Yeah, as the back marker lifts off. And
Actually, Larudi all the way up in P7. Roman's flying around here.
wow, that was P7.
Yeah,
No.
P7's been lapped.
Wow, these Roman clearly a different class of driver, but
His times are very impressive, much faster than some people's qualifying times.
He's clearly
Despite
had
home
porridge
race
for breakfast.
I believe Double would like to be dragged in, so if you want, we can swap for a bit.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that then. Sorry, I didn't see that actually.
No worries.
I'm just gonna need you here for my eyes in the skies. But yeah, we'll swap you out. I'll quickly bring Double in then, if I can, because. Okay. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll
He's actually closed in on Roman by 2 seconds.
Okay, but yeah, Fennec, we will see you probably later, maybe later. We'll see. But yeah.
Maybe, we'll see.
Are you? Do you want me to drop you anywhere, or are you just gonna dip for now?
I'll continue watching, but I'll just dip for now.
Okay. Well, have a good rest of your evening, and we hope to see you around.
See you around.
Cheers.
Hey.
Hey.
Unlucky on the race. We didn't see you crash, but definitely from when checking back my chat, that it is very, very unlucky to see you crash and sadly leave the race.
I just can't keep this to myself. I'm done tapping out, I believe. Good.
It's gonna be sad to see you go though. And
I just can't compete. I'm too slow and too crash happy, too much of a danger. I'm being too slow and too dangerous to be there.
that's fine. If some things if you don't enjoy, there's no point in doing it. But yes, unfortunate to sadly.
Whether or not I should just step down altogether.
I mean, there's always the I don't know if you have AMS, but there is always the AMS League, which is next season, maybe a different sort of environment and pictures. We see Trouble pitting. That doesn't look scheduled, Martin. Look, because he's got 41 litres left.
Yeah, I think you may have a few dents in that car, unfortunately.
And,
I'm,
and
I'm just, I can't keep doing this to myself every week.
yeah, yeah, very unlucky. But well, we still hope to see you. Hope to see you possibly in some more fun leagues, fun races then. Because yeah, definitely these races are very very competitive, and well, stewards no doubt as well, very very critical as well. But
I'm getting another penalty now because
yeah,
I went for a gap and it got closed on me and I ended up taking some.
where yeah, sad to see you go. But yeah,
It was expected, considering it was just not going right for me from day one. I should have probably did the same. I should have taken part generally, but you never learn from my mistakes.
yeah. Well, yeah, very unfortunate. Well, hopefully, I'll still see you around the server, of course. But yeah, sad to see you retire from the league. I'm getting some Sebastian Vettel vibes right now.
Oh no, don't worry, I never had a prime to begin with.
It's no worries. Well, yeah, we'll see you around there, and hopefully,
I hate to do this to people, but it's honestly best if I step away.
it's fine. It's fine. It's only a game at the end of the day. But yeah, a competitive one at that. So, yeah, we will hopefully though we will see you in the fun events. So
I don't know this shit.
well, yeah, hopefully see you later. And yeah, see you around.
Alright, see you in a bit.
I apologize for my lack of input there, but I had him turned up all the way and could still
I
not hear
I
anything
was
he was saying.
yeah, I've tried to increase my stream volume as well, but yeah, unfortunate to see double go. But yeah, sometimes, you know, if you're not enjoying it, then yeah, very unfortunate. I'm seeing some glitchy crews going down the pit lane, but the leader Roman now pitting for what I can only guess is his last stop. Can Boj get him as Roman's pit stop all the way down at the end? He's fueling up.
Yeah, it's going to be make or break now for Bo. He's just going to have to defend like a lion if he wants to have any sort of chance for this win, as we have Larudi in the pits as well down in P9 now.
And Boj now becoming our new leader. How far
So we're
ahead?
now
How
in
many
P2.
seconds? How many seconds? He's going to have to be defending for an entire 10 laps. Oh, that is not the gap which the the BTEC Ferrari is going to be wanting to see.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the gap was just that small to begin with, or if Boj may have had some sort of mistake. Definitely doesn't seem like it. His last lap of 40.8. That is a really, really good lap, so.
Yeah, very oh yeah, it's still about a second in front, but Roman is going to have the better tyres and almost the same amount of fuel, I would say. I feel like this is how most races have gone, unless Roman, like Spa, gets engine damage. I think this might be Boj's end, as we see Jedlin boxing, definitely for fuel, not damage.
Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting. I don't think Dudek's going to have to pit anymore, and Jedlin was pulling away from him, so Dudek might still have this P5 despite not quite having the pace today.
He will have to try and get 10 seconds ahead of anyone behind him.
As Dudek, I believe he's, I think on those new tires, he's actually been picking up the pace a tiny bit. His last lap was 43 is fastest to 42, and the lap before that a 45, so I think he's starting to find his rhythm a bit.
So probably not going to be gaining on K's, but definitely going to be wanting to run away from Jedlin, as he is 17 seconds ahead, but technically 7 due to his penalty. That is going to be very, very unfortunate if it comes down to losing your spot for a penalty. As we see Matt's now boxing. I wonder, will we see Dudek actually? No, that's not Dudek. Will we see Kays and Matt's fighting towards the end, depending on how long Matt's pit stop? Because I know they don't fuel up as much, meaning it's a quicker pit stop.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 laps to catch K's. That's pretty much a whole pit stop's worth of distance between them, as he's not even exited the lane yet. I think it'll be tough for Mats to close this gap.
Yeah, especially since he will have to pass some back markers as well.
And I'd also like to keep an eye on the lap times of Roman and Boge, because at the moment, Boge seems to be keeping that gap at a stable 5.5 seconds.
Yeah, definitely gonna be wanting to push as much as he can. His tyres are gonna be completely dead at this point, as we're now, 10 laps exactly away. He's gonna be absolutely trying to steam and act like he's got nothing left to lose, as he is gaining on Jedlin, a back marker. And he's
in P6, mind you.
And some of these drivers are just absolutely criminal when it comes to lap time. But yeah, Bo's definitely not going to be wanting to stay behind Jedlin, since Dartier and these cars. Oh, Jedlin make a mistake. And
yeah, but we'll like to see that, because he should be getting the place now after that. He's actually lost the second compared to Roman, so I think that dirty air was really hurting him.
Yeah, Roman also gonna have is also gonna have to try and pass Jedlin as well, so that could affect him. As we see, Daylau looks like possibly for a planned pit stop actually. As no tyres, but fuel definitely. And is that a release? No, I believe he might have damage, so his crew probably fixing that and now releasing him.
I don't know, we saw some more fuel being added in that last little time gap. He put in 70 liters. I don't think that's... I mean, is Bo's going to have to pit again? Is 39 liters enough? I think it should be.
39 litres? I hope it is, because I think it might be averaging about 3 litres per lap. Maybe it's on the dashboard as well, because someone told me, I don't know if this is just an AMS, but I would expect that maybe in Project Cars it also shows on the steering wheel how much fuel per lap it shows. But I think averaging about, let's see, can we see how much fuel? I can't see anything on my
I'm
side.
seeing RPM, speed, launch limit, pedal map, best lap, and DRS activation, and other than that, it's just the gears, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe as we said, averaging about maybe 3, maybe more.
Oh no, need laps in the pits.
Oh, that is if that isn't for damage, I'd have no idea what it is for. As they all get away from the car now, clearly fixing it, because the man is pointing the lollipop in the air. Need lap boxes.
Yeah, it's a ghost on mine. I've got no people around the car, but yeah, that is unfortunate, because he was in a good top 10 position. I'm not sure if he's going to lose any. Yeah, he loses P8 for now.
Yeah, unfortunate for need a lap. He's definitely going to be wanting to get a bit more of his hunk on. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds cool.
Well, one thing's for sure, he's gonna need a good lap or two.
No doubt about that. He's definitely going to be wanting to try gain on the guy ahead of him.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah. I felt it.
Oh no!
Ooh.
And I just felt somebody leave the session.
Yeah, as we dropped to only 12 drivers now. Wow.
Not quite sure who that was.
I'm looking up and down. If it's a top runner, this is going to be very, very... Oh, Daylau.
Now we've still got at least the top 6 remaining.
It was pole. Thank you, Fennec.
Yeah.
Oh, that is really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, the Badura boys are just getting picked off by their connection tonight, it seems. Let's hope that Needlelap can still finish this race.
Ooh, Dale being very sketchy as always.
As always.
And when I mean as always, I mean just this last lap. Okay, I'm not dissing him. I'm not dissing him.
He's definitely trying some interesting lines this lap.
I'm gonna hide under my bed
tonight. Wide
tonight.
by the curb there.
Yeah. Hope he's definitely trying to gain because he is 6 seconds at Eddie, but he's gonna be losing that massively. And
yeah, this may be a different type of gain. Like I'm thinking it's the no pain no gain type of gain because that was definitely pain.
yeah, it's either full throttle or no throttle. But I am looking at the time. It is still going down. I think Eddie might have damage. Is that Eddie in boxing? I think Eddie is boxing as well. I think Eddie has got damage.
Oh no, Eddie.
That is unfortunate. As you can see, yeah, it's cracked mirror at the front and the wing gone. What an unfortunate way to for his race to almost end, but hopefully, luckily, he is a minute ahead of trouble, so he can possibly try and still stay ahead and end up still getting looking at time, still getting 11th, which is still points, I believe.
As we see the leaders now on the same start-finish straight, so Boja has been holding his own, but Roman's slowly creeping up on him.
Yeah, it looks like he, last time we checked on them, it was about 5 seconds, and that was on lap 26. So for every 4 laps, it does seem that Roman is gaining about 3 seconds. So we will definitely be seeing a last battle, unless a last almost last lap or second last lap battle, because that time between Roman and Boj is dropping and closing very, very quickly. Roman definitely going to be wanting to get that P1 and get closer in the both the constructors and the championship.
Yeah, I wonder once he's about a second behind him if the slipstream is going to be more powerful, or if the dirty air is going to be holding him back. Knowing Roman, he might just blow that dirty air straight out the window.
Yeah, well, maybe normally Roman being the complete alien is, he is the dirty air maybe in some cases.
He is merely a ghost on the track. But yeah, both drivers setting lap times within the 140s, which is much faster than anybody else on track at the moment.
Yeah, these two aliens. Yeah, Boj only losing last lap. He only lost 4 tenths to Roman. I think that might drop though, because
yeah, 4 tenths is quite a bit in this battle because he's been keeping it pretty consistent for at least a good 3 or 4 laps. So he'll not be a big fan of that.
As he hit the 40, as he goes wide. And
yeah, I think his tires may be starting to struggle a tiny bit.
Roman actually getting a quicker lap and is almost an entire second that lap quicker than him. So we may be actually seeing a battle sooner than we think. Boj will definitely
Oh no, Jedlin's in the pits again.
Jedlin in the pits again. Oh no, Jedlin. Oh, Laruti definitely gonna be wanting to try gain now through these when Jedlin is boxing, and definitely gonna be coming through the last chicane. Now coming through Club Corner. I wonder, will Laruti be able to get I don't know, it's going to be close. He's going to have the momentum, but will he have the oh no, I think Jedlin being able to just stay in front.
It might shape up to be a nice battle because we got Needlap only just behind Laruti as well, so that could turn into a 3-way fight, as Roman was within a second of Boj for a brief moment there.
That dirty air clearly affecting him, probably going through Maggots and Beckett's. As, yeah, dirty air, massive. And a lot bigger than I thought. But you can see, maybe you see a little look up there. Roman is pushing, and he does want this position as we head on to the now 32nd lap. So 4 more laps of the race. And that will be 4 laps of Boj completely pushing it and trying to stay in front of Roman.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be quite an interesting conclusion to the race. Boj is going to be fighting this with everything he's got, and Roman just squeezing every little bit of performance that he possibly can out of those brakes, so this is going to be a good one. As Boj weaving left and right to try and break the slipstream.
Oh yeah, he's 100% going to be wanting to do that. This is going to be Boj is going to be wanting to try bring out Max Verstappen levels of aggression to keep him behind. And also Alonso trying to be as thick as Alonso in the fact of defending.
Yeah, the question is, will we see 2 Alonsos or 2 Verstappens?
Oh, I do wonder. Does Roman have the both the aggression and the momentum to try and take Boj? He is within a second of Boj ahead.
And he seems to be hitting his apexes despite all the dirty air, except for in that final corner bit. But Boj just messed up his exit and is vulnerable on the straight.
Yeah, Roman definitely going to be getting a run. Yeah, Boj also trying to keep him out of his slipstream.
Yeah, and Roman not even bothering to follow him in there. I think he's just that confident going into the corner.
Oh, is he getting an entire 2 attempts going through that? What an amazing corner. Boj is definitely going to be feeling the pressure now as, yeah, Roman is absolutely on his gearbox. I do wonder, there are some backmarkers upcoming ahead, and I don't know if they're battling or not.
These 2 are, but let's keep an eye on the top 2 for now.
But I do wonder, because there are 2 other backmarkers. Oh, Roman possibly trying to go around the outside. Boj is going to be absolutely trying to keep him behind.
Oh, as Roman just all over his mirrors, Boj is going to
no
try
doubt.
his absolute hardest to keep him behind.
No doubt he's going to be trying to defend as he moves to the left. Does Roman, can he try to go around the outside or go for an undercut? Oh, you can see Boj struggling for grip on those absolutely worn tyres.
Yeah, and as you said, let's hope the back markers aren't going to interfere in this, because the last thing Boj needs right now is an extra code brown.
Yeah, indeed. He doesn't want to soil his racing suit. Oh, Roman getting a better exit as well as he's slowly gaining. You can see that absolutely close. I wonder, Dudek...
That's Dudek going off the track.
Oh, Roman's definitely going to be going for a move, no doubt about that. Boj is going to be defending. But I think Boj actually has more straight line speed. I don't see Roman actually going for a move. Boj is still going to have to defend. Oh, it looks like Boj has gone a bit deep. Can Roman get around down the inside? He does.
Boj just messed up.
An unfortunate for Boj. I don't know if Boj can make it back though, as he still is really close to Roman.
Yeah, it's not over here. He'll be wanting to use as much of that slipstream as possible while he still can to get back by Roman.
He will have the dirty airs. All the bumps absolutely bounce his car up and down. That is not what you want to be seeing, especially since we want to see another battle between these 2.
As they allow pits in the background, but oh yeah, Boj just doing everything he can to push, but the rears are just not agreeing with him.
Let's see, going down this straight. Does Boj have an answer? No, as he's 5 temps, and he'll be getting less slipstream and still getting that dirty air. So I think this might be job done. But who knows? Maybe towards the end of the lap, like Spa, Roman might get some sort of engine failure, or maybe make even more rarer a mistake. So we can only Boj can only hope that may happen. As
he's still within a second at the moment, so the potential for slipstream is there as long as he can keep this car on the apex for these really fast high downforce corners.
Getting a really remarkable exit there, actually. I don't know if he's going to be gaining on Roman. Ooh, it looks like he's just gaining on Roman ahead, but I don't think it's going to be enough coming into these final laps.
Yeah, he's gaining about a 1/10.5, but he just needs more straight to work with.
Or maybe the more downforce working a bit better when it comes to strategy, but I think Boj definitely working on the strategy today, having the one-stop working out almost perfectly if it weren't for these last couple or few laps.
Yeah, I think Boj played it absolutely perfectly with the strategy. It's just unfortunate that he went wide trying to defend the inside, because in the end, that is a bit of a risk that you take when you go for that inside line, is you're taking a sharper angle into the corner, which potentially leads to easier lockups.
Yeah,
And that's as well why I see some drivers who go to the inside on the straight, and then they kind of go back to the middle of the track to open up the corner again, while keeping their opponent on the outside of their car.
exactly. Yeah, always trying to make sure that you can defend, but I don't think Roman will have to worry about that now, as he's a second and a half and still gaining more and more time, coming towards these last 2 laps. So I wonder, are there any because yeah, Roman is almost, I mean, so I say that Boja's all of a sudden gained quite a bit of time, I believe, but Laruti gaining on nope.
Hold on, Mats and Kays are really close to each other as well.
Ooh, this would be, oh, Matt's Tokyoing it through that corner there.
Yeah, Mats is going to be absolutely killing his tires right now, because they're going to be much, much, much fresher than Kaysa, and he's only got about 2 laps left to catch him.
Yeah, the Matt's definitely going to be wanting to get those points for his team and himself to try beat Kays. This is going to be an interesting one, between those two. But watching Needlap, which is under 5 tenths behind Laruti. He's got a massive run. Let's go for a dive. He looks there. Laruti gives him space, actually. And his car is down the inside, but does he go for a switchback, potentially? No, as he stays nicely behind. Clearly, Needlap having more straight line speed, or maybe Laruti getting a worse exit. It looks like straight line speed, because he is gaining and gaining and gaining. If I had something to it would look like a DRS failure, to be honest. there is it doesn't look like Laruti actually using his downforce. Not his downforce, his DRS.
Yeah, I think I saw it open and close a few times, so he might just be braking at random moments in time to keep the car under control.
Yeah, possibly having damage or suspension damage, and the car veering. Just look how much that car is gaining. As they come into the braking zone, and it's almost like Needlap's car has VTEC. Oh, a bit of
contact there.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. That may have damaged his front wing, but meanwhile, we're on the last lap. Mats only has one more chance to get this move done.
Can he do it? Yeah, he's on, as you said earlier, he's on fresher tyres. Oh, as we watch, oh, that's a spin for Needlap, and Laruti gets that position back. That's unfortunate for the Needlap. Oh my god, he comes back onto the circuit and almost takes out
Roman has won the race in the meantime with Bojan P2. Now we focus on the fight for P3, which is extremely close right now in this final lap.
Yeah, coming just out of the coming now into this middle of the second sector. Matt's really pushing. You can see how much he's trying to fight the car to gain, but losing a little bit of time. But now he's getting it all the way through Maggots and Beckett. Can he do anything coming down the straight?
Yeah, this is the final straight, so this may be his best chance to go for a move if he has the straight line speed. He's caught Kays by a full second on the previous lap, but he's only got a few corners left to do it.
Oh, he's coming in with under five tenths. Oh, getting a bit of oversteer and correcting it. Oh, this would have been the best place to go for a move. I think Mats is going to have to stick with 4th position, but Ultimate K's ending it in 3rd and getting another podium for his team.
What a conclusion to this race. That was 3 different fights all at the end there.
Very close indeed, as we see cars flipping and turning as we watch some lorries now at Eisenschanck's car, actually. Oh my god.
Yes, it's the annual tradition of the safety car becoming the unsafety car after every race.
It's like when you're in Demolition Derby and the bus comes out. I think Dudek as well, that penalty not affecting him. Oh! Now that is a way to end. That is style points, honestly. That is, I'll give a 10 out of 10 for style points right there.
Yeah, Trouble maybe not having the best race, but definitely having the best finish.
As we see, all the other cars, I don't know who we're waiting. Probably Eisenchank, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely be the case actually, because all the actual drivers had finished this race.
But what a race! I definitely have to save that. And wow, Roman coming first place and having a fastest lap of 1:39.3, which is, oh my god, over a second and a half quicker than Boja's 1:40. As much as they were on different strategies, that is an entire second and a half faster than anyone. Also seeing that Dudek's penalty not coming into effect for him, which is good that it didn't end on a penalty decision due to a track change. Definitely an interesting race, to say the least. So
Yeah, absolutely, and Dudek making a good recovery there, despite a few tough opening laps. But yeah, P5 is a good result for him after all that, I'd say.
yeah, most definitely, and I need to get a timer up as well because Kay's recommended for interviews that I get a timer. What I'll do is I'll just stop watch it for now, but I can't lie, I am feeling the hype right now with Trouble. As much as there are race leaders, he did end that race so good, and I have to ask him how he became Tony, what's his name? Tony Hawk or something. What a finish for him. I would drag him now.
Yeah, let's reward him for that absolute breakdance of a finish.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Trouble, what a finish, my guy.
Well, I mean, it was an okay finish.
We
It was definitely the best flip we saw all race.
Yeah. Didn't expect that to happen.
So tell us a bit about how your race went. I think we may have seen you go into the wall in one of the earlier stages.
Yeah. So, start was mayhem. But it went fine. I didn't hit anyone. Sort of just went around, got to the restart, and basically I was behind Double, who, going into the first corner, braked far more than I expected to. And I basically got brake checked and locked up and went off the track and back to second class.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
And yeah, then after that I sort of got going again, and then I don't know what it was, but the car just didn't feel good. Like, the tires weren't especially warm, they were up to temperature, it wasn't dirty air, I don't know exactly what it was, but the car just felt very sketchy.
Was this after you came in for damage?
No, that was before I came in for damage.
Interesting.
Yeah, but basically, the damage was caused when I was going through turn 1, and as I said before, it was my car felt very sketchy, and I just basically clipped the inside curb slightly too hard, and it just spanned me off into the wall. So I got 91 front left suspension damage.
Oh wow.
But which was quite a bit, but it was straight enough to where I could keep going round. It wasn't too much other damage. So unlike last week, it was, I thought, still worth actually continuing. And yeah, after that, I was miles down on everyone
I definitely can't imagine 91 suspension damage helping your cause too much.
Yeah, no, because that was the first corner, I will say the lap back to the pits was very slow. But yeah, so basically after that I changed tires and then it felt fine again. I don't know what it was. It was still more sketchy than in practice and qualifying, but I think that was just the colder conditions. and yeah, after that, it was just sort of working my way back, sort of into the race. Yeah, it went okay. I did end up having making a few mistakes and having a few issues because my first stop was way earlier than planned. So I basically, towards the end of each stop, I was driving on dead tires, and I refused to make an extra stop. So yeah, I did make a few mistakes both at the end of my effectively second stint and also right at the end of the race. Yeah, just because
So-
the tires were dead.
So what do you feel was giving you the biggest challenge in this race? Was it the stability of the car in general? Was it the worn tires, or was it the curbs on this track?
I think it was mostly the worn tires for me. Stability sometimes was an issue, but more of the time that was caused by the worn tires.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nismo, do you have any more questions for Trouble?
So I was so close to beating Eddie though. But the funny thing, when Eddie came out with a few laps left, which was about the first time I'd seen anybody actually racing with me, yeah, their tires were just so much better. I kept up with them okay, but I was just slowly losing time and I couldn't gain because the tires were shot.
Yeah, we front runners as well. I believe it was Case coming out right ahead of Dudek, and Dudek just stood no chance with those old tires.
Yeah.
Oh, as my thing has just tabbed me out, and it says I'm disconnected from Steam Friends Network. I have no more friends apparently.
Wow.
It's okay, you'll get used to it. I'm joking. Yeah, though, what a an amazing, because we saw. I think, were you involved with the crash at the start?
No, I wasn't. I managed to thread the needle between like the cars going everywhere.
Oh my!
Although I did slow down quite a bit, so
Because I remember seeing your car, but I remember the camera just cutting away, and I'm like, has he crashed? Has he gone straight into them?
nope.
But,
No, as I said, I managed to thread the needle because I saw there was a group of cars, or a group of I think 2 cars, sort of sliding off to the left, and one of them had spun and was sort of driving off to the right. So as it sort of, as they sort of parted, I managed to drive through the middle, so it was okay.
yeah. Well,
So.
yeah, that was
Also, I finished finished the second race. It's not just Monaco anymore.
Hey.
Yay!
But yeah, really good that you were able to finish and thread the needle like Lightning McQueen in Cars.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Loud and clear. Well-
It's interesting because like my connection seems to be dead on everything. Like I have no internet in the browser, my Steam's dead,
Except for
and
Discord.
on Discord my voice is orange.
That is.
Well, we hear it fine.
That's a big
Must
rip.
be an early Christmas miracle.
But yeah, I think the next race is Let me check what the next race is. Sorry.
Oh,
I
well,
believe-
also Nismo, I hope you appreciated the password.
The password. Oh my god! Don't get me started on the password. Honestly, beans. Gotta love it. I can say that now.
Just missing the toast.
Honestly, should be
Or
toast
the
and
rest
beans.
of the full English in my case.
I can't lie though. I do like beans on toast, but with a French twist. You can call me weird, but brioche and beans. Oh, it's like a
Yeah, I'm
fantasy.
gonna call you weird.
It was coming. It was coming from a mile away. But yeah. So for the next round, it is gonna be round 6 next, and a very interesting track. Well,
Yep, Monza.
yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing as much downforce as we've seen all season.
True. And it's an extended race as well.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Hopefully no first corner shenanigans, but we'll see.
But yeah, how excited
well,
are you
how-
looking for that?
Oh no, go ahead, Nismo.
How excited are you for that race? And then we'll
Um,
drop you off.
Relatively excited. Less excited than I was for this one, but still, hopefully it will be good.
Oh well, yeah, we wish you the best of luck at Monza then, and
Thank you.
we'll see you next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we
I
have.
currently have a ping of like 400. It's like almost refusing to do the connection test. How are you still hearing me? This is insane.
You're actually getting ping. What you're not telling us is you're not actually living on Earth right now. You're on the moon.
I followed Roman
You
into
are
space on my quest to
Martin.
become an alien.
Yeah, you are the man on the moon. All right, so now we got a selection of Dudek and Boj.
I'd say let's go with Boj. I want to hear about that fight for P1.
I love it, making Dudek wait again. Always fun. I'm joking. Here he is.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello, Boj. That was a really interesting fight to watch for P1. Tell us how it looked from your perspective.
Well, a sweaty one as always. But this one in particular, this was exciting. An actual fight near the end. So once again, I tried the one stop. Made a lot more difference this time, but especially mid race because I could see that for a long time there was like a 22-23 second gap, and he was obviously just pushing it a little bit to be certain that he could pass me, I think. But I managed to maintain that gap for quite a while, and all of a sudden he went to the pit and I came out ahead. So that was my only chance, and I was pushing like hell to make that happen. So it cost me a lot of tire, and around lap 30, I think, the front left was just completely gone, and the pressure was dropping at lap 32. So
Yeah, we definitely noticed you started to struggle in the traction zones towards the end of the race, but we saw Roman come out about 4 seconds behind you. You pulled that up into a 5 second gap and basically kept it a 5 second gap for a good number of laps until the tire started dying, and then you were on the defensive.
yeah. So he was behind some back markers, and he used surprisingly long time to get past them. I don't know why, but that helped a little bit. But yeah, I think the gap was okay right until the pressure was starting to drop. Then I could notice it in every single corner. He took like 6/10 in just one corner alone at certain places.
Yeah, he was quite crazy on the brakes from what we saw.
Yeah, so yeah, it was really exciting. I gave it absolutely everything today, but there was simply not enough tire near the end to make a victory happen today.
yeah, definitely defending
Yeah, and,
like a lion though, and able to still get really high points. Because at one point, looking at everything, I just thought he's gonna do it. He's gonna, because that one stop, I think all the races I've seen so far, you have committed to the one stop. So definitely, even though it is increased tire wear, definitely clearly for your strategy, the more favourable of the option. So
Yeah, I think what I like about this, it gives me a little bit more freedom. Because Roman's strategy is based on just the pure pace all the time, and there's not really that much that can happen before it all goes wrong, and it won't pay off. Crashes with back markers, stuff like that, but that doesn't matter too much to me, because if I cannot fight for P1, I could fight for P2 and P3 and still be comfortable doing it on a one-stopper, I think. So far it's a nice strategy, but I really like that it's possible to fight for a victory even being on two different strategies. That's awesome for the driver as well, and I hope it was a good show for you guys.
yeah, very much. A lot to talk about and a lot of action, especially on the first lap. But
Yeah, and we saw a decent amount of fights in the final few laps, including yours. Can you tell us a bit more about how you were thinking you were going to keep Roman behind? Like, were you going to try and hug the inside line, or
When he passed,
you kind of went to the middle of the track there? And I'm not sure if you had a lockup, but ran a little bit wide.
yeah, I was planning on staying a bit in the middle and counting on the grip to hold so I could hug to the inside line, but it was quite visible that the grip had left me. But the plan was to stick to the inside and just keep blocking for as long as possible.
And another question about your car actually. Did you run slightly lower downforce, or were you on maximum again?
No, this was it was 14 in the front and 11 or 12 in the rear. So
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that definitely showed because I think in general you were actually pulling away from him on the straights, and he would gain on you in the braking zones where the downforce matters a bit more.
yeah, so I don't know what is the best option really. High downforce is a lot more comfortable, but you don't really have the possibility to push the times because you'll just kill the tires. You can do that on a lower downforce setup, so it's give or take on for everything, I guess.
Yeah, exactly, and it makes for interesting dynamic fights as well. It's not just everybody on the same strategy, same tires, slowing like being slow on the same parts of the track. No, it's like actually people having different strengths in either the straights or the corners, and yeah, it makes for interesting fights.
Yeah.
Boj, are you looking forward to any of the other upcoming races?
You know what? I actually I forgot what are the next tracks again.
Monza and Sakito, the last two. Monza being a feature race as well, so going to be extra long for that one.
Yeah, Sakito is going to be great. I think it's a really demanding track with this car. I can imagine. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see what sort of a setup you would probably use, and same with strategy. So yeah, looking forward to that, and also congrats to Renee. He had a bit of a troublesome race today with forgetting the DRS button at times, but good team results today.
No, yeah, absolutely. He held on at the very end for P3 because he had Matt's breathing down his neck after he'd made an extra stop for fresh tires.
Yeah.
Was there any communication between your teammates on that, or was it just let's deal with our own fights?
Apart from swearing and motivation, not that much. So I'll leave you guys to talk to the others. So thanks again. I'm looking forward to watch the replay.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Hope you enjoy.
Bye.
Good night. Yeah, let's pull in Dudek, who may very well be our last interviewee today.
Yeah, surprising. But yeah, let's bring him in. Best till last, I guess. Hello.
You heard him, Dudek. Best until last. What do you have to say for yourself?
Oh God, it was a nightmare start, but a great comeback.
Yeah, you recovered all the way to P5. What were you expecting after the first 2 laps for your finishing position?
Well, before I got the drive-through and had an incident which gave me damage.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. So I basically had the drive-through, and also because I jumped the start because I tried to cheese it, for some reason like the lights just felt like they were taking forever to go green.
Yeah, and yeah, I think Nismo actually noticed that, but we didn't see anything at the time because you'd probably already taken that drive-through.
Yeah, so on the safety car, I took the drive-through. I slowed down and rejoined at the back of the queue because if I literally just went straight through the pit lane without lifting, I probably would have ended up coming out in the same position because obviously everyone else is going so slowly. So I made sure to come out, at the back of the grid, and then, I had a drive-through, so I didn't repair my damage. So at the end of the safety car lap, I went into the pit lane and I tried to kind of reduce as much time loss as I could, because I knew people are going to be battling and they're going to be holding each other up on the safety car restart. So I wanted to quickly get into the pit lane, box to repair damage. I didn't have much. It was 2 rear suspension damage and 8 rear wing damage. So
yeah, you definitely want that to be in order for the high-speed corners around there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't want to chance it. Like as soon as I saw the rear wing, I didn't notice the rear wing till like after my drive-through as well. I thought it said 0, but it was 8. And obviously, since I'm quite far away from my monitor, it was quite hard to distinguish that, especially when I'm reading chat and everything. But yeah, I I paid for the damage. Then I also got a speeding penalty when I was going for the repairs. So that kind of was just, the cherry on top. But there's another cherry on top because while I'm trying to catch up to everyone else, I end up spinning as well. And yeah, after that, I was like, okay, calm down, sort yourself out. You were looking for a P5 finish anyways, because I definitely had the pace for like P5 incident free. I knew that. I didn't think I was going to get a podium today because my pace just wasn't there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do my best. I've got 10-second gap. I'm just going to try and drive as consistently as I can. And I somehow clawed my way through the field, had some nice battles, and I ended up P5.
Yeah, it was definitely a good recovery. Speaking about your pace, though, do you feel like you were more limited by your setup, or is it just not your favorite track?
I think it was a bit of both. I had to just steal a setup off of time trial because I've done no running. So, you know, I mean, also doing an all-nighter since I've been up since yesterday 8 p.m. That also doesn't help. So,
Well,
yeah, I
that
mean,
explains quite a bit actually, because if you're driving while being extremely exhausted, it actually has a similar effect on your brain as if you'd be driving drunk.
it worse. I'll tell you one thing. My vision was blurry. So
Ooh,
literally I had to sometimes be squinting just to like focus on braking zones. But
M-
luckily it was just muscle memory and I was
MSR
able
does
to
not
actually
condone drinking and driving.
yeah, yeah, it does not. It does not.
But
Pull into a safe area.
wow, so driving half blind basically.
It
But
do you know what? I
sounds
hate to
like you're on
quote Senna,
autopilot with that
but
muscle memory.
yeah, that I hate to quote Senna because I'm no Senna, but I felt like I was driving outside of my body, and third person, it was like God mode. I don't know. It was fun though. I well after my first stop, I came out behind Jedlin, and I at the time didn't know if he was on a two stop or a one stop. Now by his pace, I realized okay, he's definitely on a one stop, on a two stop. But I was really worried that he would just be within the 10-second margin because he was creating a huge gap. And then as soon as I saw, after he made his second pit stop, the race leaders were actually catching up to him. I was like, okay, I just need to stay in front of the race leaders. Meanwhile, I need Jedlin to, let them by and lose time by that. But I think Jedlin ended up spinning out or something, so I don't know what happened. But
Yeah, Jedlin had quite a few incidents. I'm not sure how many were his fault because he got rear-ended twice that race.
jeez, yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I was pretty much in the middle of no man's land, really. I was just on my own most of the race. I was just trying to make sure I brought it home, especially as soon as I saw Jedlin wasn't catching up to me because he lost a place to Cuckoo. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I had a 30-second gap, I think, to him. So yeah, I just cruised home, and then I have P5 somehow. It's damage limitation, let's just say.
yeah, I mean, very well done for P5, and luckily that penalty not coming into proper effect and screwing over a race. Because one thing I do hate more than people crashing is that when it comes down to a points penalty deduction, and it is yeah, it would have been a real shame if you lost fifth due to a penalty.
I mean, at the end of the day, I still might get a point penalty because of the lap one incident. So I mean,
Yeah, could you actually
quite
maybe
hard.
tell us a bit more about what caused that safety car?
Yeah, I watched the replay, and basically into T1, I went off throttle, but I just still somehow understeered fully, and even went off track a little bit. And Xevious was on my outside, and I think he had to lift as well and like go off track to avoid me. And while rejoining the track, I think he lost control on the curb or like the grass or the Astro, and I think that's what caused him to just pretty much hit me in the rear left. And then it was just a domino effect. Everyone's right behind us, so yeah, they just got caught up in that.
Yeah, that was a real. I mean, it was, to be honest, it was exciting to see because we got to see the safety car come out. But unfortunate for all those drivers involved. But a really good recovery. Basically, coming from last on the grid all the way up to fifth place, and Monza is next, and Monza is a feature round as well, meaning it'll be extra long. How looking forward to that are you?
I do like me some Monza, so I mean, I'm not sure. I'll have a look. I'll probably do a bit of practice at least for this coming up. Yeah, I mean, I would like to get a podium. I mean, it's a real shame because Keza and Vosge are our rivals in the constructors, and Lewis wasn't able to compete today.
Yeah,
Seeing both of our rivals on the podium, it's a stab wound straight into the heart because we've been, I mean, first in the constructors like the entire season, and I'm pretty sure this has literally changed the standings. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely made the final two races this season all the more important. So, do you think you'll be getting in some more practice for those rounds?
Well, I mean, we should. I should be focused, and I should just be looking to get at least top four finishes for the last two races because anything less than that, I mean, chances are gone. Especially if Lewis is also up there. As long as we're just scoring more points than they are each round, then I think we should be okay. But yeah, they've definitely caught us and overtaken us by some margin, 100%.
Yeah, it was definitely a good showing by them today, but that definitely doesn't overshadow your recovery drive as well. And we hope to see you slipstreaming past some cars in the next race.
Yeah. Sadly, Nismo's not in the race, so I can't rear-end him. But
you're giving me
yeah.
PTSD from the last couple of races we've been in.
Mhm. Video coming soon on Dudek the Poll on YouTube.
Yeah,
Anyways.
what amazing recovery. Hopefully, your penalty isn't, well. Even if you get a penalty, hopefully it isn't severe. Hopefully it's just a racing incident. But yeah, we wish you best of luck next week, and
Thank you.
yeah, hope to see you next time.
All right. See you.
See ya.
So that is pretty much the end of the stream. An amazing round 5, and we've only got 2 more races, and the championship is standings are still quite close. Might have changed quite drastically due to this race, but definitely going to be interesting looking at the next race. But yeah, this is me now saying goodbye, and yeah, Martin as well, of course, as always.
The goodest of buys.
And yeah, we'll hopefully see you next week for round 6 at Monza.